You know what, I think we have a lot of fun on this channel, and as much fun as we do have, I think there is a time to pull the fun back and take things a little bit more seriously, and that is what we are doing today. I am uniting with creators all over YouTube for Team Seas, where we are trying to raise $30 million to take 30 million pounds of plastic and trash out of the oceans, rivers, and beaches of the world. If you haven't heard of Team Seas, but it does sound familiar, that is because this is an offshoot of the Team Trees project from a few years ago, where 20 million trees were planted across the globe, and that planting continues today. The idea here is that we need to clean up the oceans. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I actually have a certification in wildlife and forestry conservation, so the environment and taking care of it are something that is deeply important to me. Please be sure to hit up the links in the description below. If you are able to donate even $1 will get 1 pound of trash out of the ocean. So here's how this is gonna go. I'm not just gonna ask you to donate money because I don't think that's fair. I myself am gonna donate $10 of my own money. $1 is 1 pound of trash. If that's all you can donate, you have made a huge difference. Now, we are a video game channel. What's going on, everyone? Jay here, Channel Square Pegs, as you guys know. And we are gonna be talking about 10 games that I love that are related to the beaches, oceans, and rivers of the world. It's gonna be a little bit different kind of video, but I think it ties in nicely. Let's get over to the systems and take a look. Song of the Deep on the PS4 was one of my favorite surprise hidden gems of the previous generation. You play as Marin, a 12-year-old girl who's on a quest to find her father, who used to regale her with tales of the sea and the mythology that goes along with it. Her dad goes missing at sea one day, and she has a vision where he has been captured under the depths of the ocean. She crafts a submarine and sets off to find him. The game is a classic Metroidvania with fantastic side-scrolling adventure, tough boss battles, and just some of the most stunning, beautiful sights you will ever see in a game. And it's made by Insomniac. You can't go wrong with this one. Alright, straight up, I did not like The Little Mermaid the first time I played it on the NES, but subsequent trips under the sea with Ariel have really opened my eyes to the strengths of this game's design. This is Capcom and Disney at some of their 8-bit finest, with graphics that are true to the source material, amazing music, great level design, and creative combat and gameplay mechanics that are just challenging enough that you want to keep coming back, but not so easy that you're going to breeze through the game. There's a challenge here, making you sometimes a poor, unfortunate soul when you die, but most of the time the game is just an absolute joy to play, capturing the magic and wonder of The Little Mermaid. Now look, everyone knows Animal Crossing New Horizons, and everyone knows how great it was to start the game and land at the docks on your new island. The beach, rivers, and ocean waters are an ever-present aspect of life in your tropical paradise. This game is one of those landmark games for the Switch, a system mover unlike any other the console has seen outside of maybe Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And its laid-back, relaxing nature is something that spoke to the masses. Animal Crossing New Horizons is a game changer, and it is an absolute fantastic title, and I love the water interaction you have, whether fishing, swimming, or just building around the island. The world of the Caribbean is in your control when you play the absolutely brilliant Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And sure, while the game has all the bloody backstabbing, political intrigue, and overwhelming urge to eliminate the Templars at every turn that the series has become famous for, the thing that nearly all players of the game love is the unbelievable naval combat and traversal the game exhibits. It's a beautiful aspect to an otherwise grimy and violent series. A nice respite from having to plunge your hidden blade into the back of an interfering Templar. And how cool is it to see a humpback whale breach right off the bow? Okay, so strictly speaking, Astros Playroom on the PS5 is barely associated with water or the ocean, but Cooling Springs, cleverly showing the different cooling mechanics that the PS5 contains internally, shows both the power of the PS5 and the joy of life on the beach with crystal clear waters and gorgeous, immaculate sands. Astros Playroom is the perfect introduction to your PlayStation 5, and the gorgeous visuals throughout the game are a testament to both the system's abilities, the controller's capabilities, and the charm and inherent joy that the character of Astrobot portrays. Wave Race Blue Storm is the GameCube follow-up to the fantastic Wave Race 64, and it features better graphics, more characters, better sound, and more realistic wave physics, all while putting you in a familiar, if somewhat different, guise of a racing game. Wave Race is absolutely one of my favorite forgotten Nintendo franchises, and Wave Race Blue Storm does so much justice to that IP that it's hard to believe that Nintendo hasn't revisited it in the 20 years since this game's release. I love racing games, and Wave Race, being on a jet ski and on the ocean and racing against your peers and over jumps and doing all these crazy stunts, is one of my favorite things out there. Alright, straight up, Sunshine is my absolute favorite 3D Mario game. I love the tropical vista, the fantastic graphical upgrade from Mario 64, the imaginative gameplay mechanics, and the wonderful addition of Flood to the Mario mythos. I love being able to run around Isle Delfino, cleaning the paint spills from Bowser Jr.'s paintbrush, and making the island pristine and unpolluted again. It's a one-of-a-kind experience that hasn't really been equaled by a Mario game since then. Though Seaside Kingdom for Super Mario Odyssey does get damn close, Mario Sunshine is my favorite. I think it is a beautiful game with wonderful gameplay elements and a fantastic soundtrack that just feels like a time on the beach. Wonderful, absolutely fantastic game. Eliminator Boat Duel was another one of my favorite NES games as a kid, and it had a lot to do with the overall simplicity of the idea. Beat the other guy to the finish line. You know, sometimes you have a side-to-side view when you play, sometimes a chase cam, and sometimes an RC Pro-Am style view where you'll have to time your turns and feather your acceleration and use your turbos effectively to win. But what really pushed this one over the edge for me was the inclusion of the upgrade system for your boat. It's a smart design with an absolutely fantastic implementation. Much like Astrobot, Chrono Cross doesn't exclusively take place on an island or in the water, but I was struck by the opening village of Arnie and the world of El Nido back when I first played this game. It made the world feel more real to me. Rather than being some techno-industrial wasteland like Final Fantasy VII or a generic fantasy setting like a million other RPGs of its time, this decided to do something new and embrace the tropics and the water. This is a repeated thing for Square, as we saw this in both Final Fantasy X and Kingdom Hearts opening levels moving forward. It's a beautiful game with a loving render of the tropics. Now, longtime viewers of the channel and old friends of mine will know that Star Tropics is a top 5 all-time for me on the NES, and there's no question as to why. Creative combat, wonderful music, amazing level design, and the absolute best tropical setting you can imagine in an 8-bit environment. Traveling around Sea Island and the surrounding archipelago is one of my favorite memories as a child, and it's a game I go back to frequently as an adult. It's one of 2 complete in-box NES games that I own. And yeah, I do have the letter that you dip in the water. There you have it, my friends, 10 of my favorite games that actually relate to the beaches, oceans, and rivers of the world. Again, thank you so much for watching the video, and if you are able to participate in the Team Seas project, please do so. Again, links for the project will be in the description as well as in the pinned comment down below. It would mean the world to me and future generations if you are able to help participate in this project. Hey, if you're new around here and you are just checking out the channel for the first time because of the Team Seas project, welcome aboard. I'm glad to have you here. And if you dig what I do, please consider subscribing and please like the video if you enjoyed it. I want to thank my Patreon sponsors that you guys are seeing on screen right now. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being a part of the process in making these videos for people to enjoy. Until next time, folks, remember to play more games, stay square, and Team Seas. I'll talk to you soon.